What is good, y'all? It's your boy Big JLD, and welcome to another video of NFL recaps. You feel me? You know what time it is. You on my timeline. Hey, let's go ahead and just jump straight to it. Did y'all see that trade deadline? Because I ain't gonna lie, that trade deadline was going off. When did the NFL start turning into the NBA? Today's video, we're gonna talk about the trades that happened, how I'm gonna grade them. Also, what does it mean for each team that traded for those players, and of course, draft picks as well. Then also, guys, I'm also show you from week 8's game picks that I made, see how I did on those, and then also pick week 9's games as well. Let's go. So first things first, y'all, let's go ahead and go off with the first trade. The Baltimore Ravens traded a 2nd and a 5th round pick for Roquan Smith from the Chicago Bears. Hey, that great trade for on the Baltimore Ravens end. Especially just how how good Roquan Smith. Roquan Smith is a top 5 linebacker in the league. You know what I'm saying? And I will argue with anybody on that. You know what I mean? Because Roquan Smith is that dude. He is that man. He is him. So I know Raven fans are excited about getting him, especially knowing that the middle of the field was definitely the biggest issue on their defense. I know a lot of teams have been picking them apart in the middle of the field. Oops, sorry, I gotta keep my waves on point. I know y'all like to see this sexy man on camera. I feel like that was a very good pickup. I'm gonna grade that trade with the Bears a B+. I feel like it's a very solid trade, especially for a caliber player like Roquan Smith. With the next trade, Dolphins trade Chase Edmonds in a 2023 first-round pick from the 49ers to the Broncos for Bradley Chubb. Now, when I've seen that, first I saw Chubb, I thought the Browns traded what's his name? Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb from the Browns, I thought he got traded to the Dolphins. I was like, why would y'all do that? But when I seen it was Bradley Chubb from the Broncos to the Dolphins, I'm not going to lie. I know the whole world was like, yo, what? Honestly, I graded that trade at A-. You feel me? Because that trade was lit. It's a very solid trade on the Dolphins end. Definitely a good trade by the Broncos as well, especially when they got all those other pass rushers on that team. So, hey, they're getting their defense together and getting it much better. And it's very exciting to see what they do next, well, not really do next, how they go moving forward. We're at number 3. We have Lions trade TJ Hawkinson to the Vikings for just straight up picks. I know some fans feel like it's weird to trade with a division rival. I personally feel like it is low-key kind of weird because, you never want to trade to your division rival. But like I said, the Lions did it. The Vikings are 6-1. They're really improving. You really made them even better while sending them a very talented tight end with Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, Kirk Cousins, and Now you got TJ Hawkinson on that Vikings team. So, very good trade by the Vikings and Lions just to do that. I know the Vikings are excited to, do what they got to do. Especially how their season's been going. They're looking really good. At number 4, Falcons trade Calvin Ridley to the Jaguars for some picks. I looked at that trade as a B-. Calvin Ridley's not going to be playing this year. Also, they already got 2 good offensive studs in Drake London, Kyle Pitts. Calvin Ridley's already already suspended for this whole season anyway, so you might as well try to get something out of him. Most likely they're going to be complimentary picks that will be coming from the Jaguars to the Falcons, so we'll just have to see how that goes, especially trying to see when does he get reinstated. But more likely, I gave that trade like a B. What was it? I gave it a B-. Definitely, I feel like it was a very solid trade by the Falcons for sure. Why not? Also, now at number 5, we have the Bears. They traded their second round pick, to the Steelers for Chase Claypool. I gave that trade a C+. Steelers are known for drafting receivers and always developing. They already got George Pickens, Calvin Austin III, Deontay Johnson. I don't know who else they got, but most likely those are the main 3 I know for sure. I know the Steelers were, had no issue dealing him away, especially getting the second round pick for Claypool. So I know that was a good, huge thing for the Steelers to get that. And then at number 6, I have Bills trade Zach Moss and a 6th round pick to the Colts for Nyheim Hines. I gave that trade a B, a solid B, because one, I know the running game has not been the best, but also you adding a pass catching runner back who can also not only run but also catch from the back out of the backfield. So you're just adding more weapons for Josh Allen to be explosive with this team as they already are in general. So I give that a B for the Bills and Colts. Colts are struggling in general. I know they fired their offensive coordinator recently, so they're still trying to figure out what they're trying to do on offense. I mean, because the way they put up points is just horrendous. Like that Colts team is just dysfunctional right now. But that's just how it is. Congrats on the Bills. You're adding more weapons to help Josh Allen. You know what I mean? Get more people going, where more people to throw to. Now, number 7, 49ers have traded Jeff Wilson Jr. to the Dolphins for a 2023 fifth-round pick, which were the 49ers pick. Off rip, I get that trade like a C minus. I mean, because I know it's a running back that's used to the system that their old offensive coordinator that the Niners had, who's coaching the Dolphins. I mean, I'm hearing Raheem Mostert has been going off, and it's awesome to get Jeff Wilson back to the familiar coach that knows how to utilize running backs and get the run game going. And especially just how well this Dolphins team is just improving and improving. And like I said, I'm very excited to see what they do for the remainder of the season and how this playoff and Super Bowl contenders go. So it's really going to be awesome to see how they do that. Definitely, it's very exciting. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Like this is very exciting what these teams did and did in this trade deadline. Then at number 8, we have the Chiefs trading Rashad Fenton to the Falcons. I gave that trade a C plus. I know Rashad Fenton is actually a very good corner, just having a little down year this season. But hey, I mean, you're solid. You're solidifying that secondary, trying to get it together. And then at number 9, we have the Falcons. They trade Dean Marlin to the Bills. I get that C minus. I know Dean Marlin used to play for the Bills a while back, and I don't know, maybe like a year or two ago. But yeah, so I get that like a little C minus for that trade. Then at number 10, Washington trades William Jackson III to the Steelers for a 2025 sixth-round pick. I gave that a solid B. The Steelers secondaries have been getting cooked, especially, you only got Minkah Fitzpatrick. The corners there are not too good. They've been just getting, cooked, especially how the Eagles did them. And it's also showing the fact that, like, ever since TJ Watt went down, it's really been showing, like, man, like, his presence is really missed a lot. But I know they're excited that they have him to the mix. Definitely getting that secondary together for sure. And then at number 11, Jets trade Jacob Martin to the Broncos. And I get that trade like a C. Like I said, they got a plethora of like pass rushers over there on the Broncos, so they can definitely do a lot with that and just adding more depth to the matter. But yeah, so honestly, what I feel like it's just these teams have like this trade deadline was amazing. It was exciting. Now let's get straight to what each of these trades actually mean for each team. First things first, I'm gonna start off with the Ravens. Like I said, they needed to shore up that middle linebacker spot for sure. Especially with the fact that like because the middle of the field has been their biggest weakness, and it definitely, now it's gotten a lot better and a lot tighter in their secondary, and also just how the linebackers going to play. I know they've been battling with injuries, but now they're starting to get players coming back, and that Ravens team is definitely looking like a Super Bowl contender for sure. I mean, I always feel like every season they are a Super Bowl contender no matter what. But it really, hey, a lot of people are sleeping on the Ravens, but hey, watch out for them because they're definitely a sneaky team. For the Dolphins, like I said before earlier, it's really like they said, they're all in. They're buying all in. They're trying to get more pass rush. They're trying to get to the good QBs more, especially the fact that like most of their pass rush hasn't been as great or getting to the QB as much late recently. But adding Bradley Chubb will help them out a little bit more. And then, like I said, with the TJ Hawkinson going to the Vikings just adding another weapon to their offense with alongside with Cook and Justin Jefferson, giving Kirk Cousins more weapons to throw to, especially when they're like double teaming. Oh, and then Adam Thielen. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot about Adam Thielen. The Vikings have actually improved really good. The defense is on point. The offense is clicking, like everything's just clicking together, especially having that new coach coming in after Zimmerman leaving. So I know like the Viking fans are lit, go Skulls, how they do their little clap thing. like Viking chant or Falcons. Like I said before, Falcons are just getting rid of Kevin Ridley. He's not gonna be playing this season. Might as well just move on. You already got two good offensive weapons that you drafted back to back. Two generational type talents, especially like Kyle Pitts and Drake London. Bills giving Josh Allen more weapons. Niners, same thing, and so on and so on. But I feel like my winners for the trade deadline, for sure, it was really tough because I was just thinking to myself, like, man, who do I think won this week's this trade deadline? Who do I feel like won the trade deadline? And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I personally feel Ravens and Dolphins have won the trade deadline for sure. Because of the fact that both teams definitely got what they needed. I know Dolphins for sure definitely got what they needed, in which adding more depth to the running back position, and then also getting Bradley Chubb. Ravens getting Roquan Smith. Like I said, he's a top 5 linebacker. That's just, man, like, you know what I mean? So it's a big boost to their team and for both of those teams. And I feel like they won the trade deadline for sure. They got what they needed. They know what they needed help in, what area they needed to fix, and they got it up. They went on ahead and got it fixed up. So it's really awesome how this trade deadline went. Like felt like the NBA almost, because the NBA, they trade deadlines go crazy. They go crazy when it comes to trades and stuff like that. But that's how I feel on that aspect. So next things next. Let's go ahead and start talking about my last week's picks. As y'all can see, I went 11-4 or 10-5. I think I went 10-5. Well, that's besides the point. Whatever. All I know is your boy didn't do too bad. You know what I'm saying? I could do a little bit better. But hey, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Week 9 picks. So with this, first things first, we got the Eagles and Texans who play Thursday. I got the Eagles winning that game. Then next up we have the Los Angeles Chargers versus Falcons. I'm going to pick the Falcons, of course, because they're leading their division. Why not? Then we have Dolphins versus Bears. Dolphins have got that one in the bag. You already know they do. Then we have Bengals, Carolina. Bengals, they're going to win that one for sure. After that, then we got Green Bay Packers versus Lions. I do see Green Bay finally, kicking a gear, trying to get back on track, trying to win. But like I said, Lions can always upset them. Then we have the Colts, Patriots. Patriots are going to win that one for sure. Yeah, definitely. Then we have Bills, Jets. Bills, of course. Zach Wilson's a bit weird recently. And then we have Vikings, Commanders. I got the Vikings beating the Commanders. And then Raiders, Jaguars. And then next game, Seattle Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals. I have the Seattle Seahawks beating the Cardinals. I don't know what's going on with Arizona, but they got to get something together. But I do see the Seahawks beating them. Then we have LA Rams versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I have the Rams getting their I got the Rams getting it together. So we'll have to wait and see. And then Tennessee Titans versus Chiefs. Do I feel like Malik Willis can beat the Chiefs? Maybe. Hope so. If not, but more like I'm picking the Chiefs to win. You're throwing a rookie in there, which you expect. Then Ravens, Saints. I have the Baltimore Ravens winning that game. And I do expect most of these games to be close games. And very exciting, hopefully, especially with all these new acquisitions. It's going to be, honestly, the second half of this season is about to go crazy. I ain't going to lie. Who's excited? I know I am. You feel me? But, hey, this concludes this video for today. Thank you all for watching. Please comment down below who's your favorite team, also who you like. You know what I mean? Are you excited are you excited for the, trades that your team made? And if your team didn't trade, are you excited for this are you excited for the remainder of this season to see what your team does? But yeah, man, comment, like, subscribe, the whole shebang bang, you feel me? Run it all up, you know what I'm saying? But hey, you remember, you're always on my timeline. I love y'all. Y'all stay blessed. Peace.